buying their first car or buying a used car that is worth buying. What's the biggest mistake people make when they're buying a used car?
Well, I guess what you just say now, people buy what they want, not what they need. In life, we tend to do this.
How do you sell them what they need and not they want? Welcome to the Sevo Show. It is September 2025. This is the first episode I've recorded since becoming a father. And across from me, Marcelo. His last name is too difficult to pronounce, from Ecuador. Marcelo.
Hi, my name is Marcelo Avila. It's not that difficult, but...
I'm just kidding. Marcelo Avila, he runs a place in Vic Park, in Mandurah, and
Yes.
a few other places. I'll let you unfold it soon, because by the time this is live, he's probably going to have things everywhere. But he's into cars, and more specifically helping you find your car. And the first question we ask on the show, Marcelo, is, are you living your best life?
I do. Since 7 years ago, I have the opportunity to start my own business.
Mhm.
And it's been a lot of fun. I love it. I'm
Yeah.
free. I spend time with my family, with my friends. I do what I like. I keep failing more than before.
You're failing more than before?
Oh, 100%.
Right.
I'm an entrepreneur. I love to start new things.
Mhm.
You and me, we know. We're back. We try different things.
Absolutely.
And whoever start a business know that's about failure and start up again.
100%. And being an immigrant to this country,
Hmm.
when did you migrate here?
I immigrated in 2002. Just talking to a friend Arthur, he was asking me, why you choose Perth? Because the record is very quiet. I say, Arthur, you have no idea how Perth was 20 years ago. That was very quiet. I came here to Perth because I met a girl in England, and we chose Perth because it was the cheapest place to live.
Love that.
A
Love that.
girl.
And what made you decide to migrate initially? Is it because of that girl? And then you just...
No. I was talking to, today we have an accident at work. A guy crashed one of the showrooms. Yeah, it's gonna cost a lot of money. It
He
was
crashed he crashed a car in one of your
yeah,
showrooms.
That's happened this morning.
Has that happened before?
Oh no, not in my place, but it's a normal thing in the car industry. What happened is normally in the car industry you have to start cars three times a week.
Mhm.
So the cars, the battery charge and
And
you
it was
see
in
the car
gear?
they have it in gear.
Ah,
That's a
classic.
very common mistake.
How old was the person in the car that did this?
I guess 20s.
Not used to manual cars, eh?
Well, the thing is, we were just talking that he was missing his family,
Oh.
so he has a little bit of down. I said, look, migration, when you immigrate a country, it's about, you have to be strong, believe in your dreams, and you have to work hard.
Mm.
You miss your family, you go there, save money, go and see him. You miss your family, work hard, and bring them over.
Yeah, don't crash into your showroom.
Exactly. So now he said, look, it's going to cost you $7,000. You could go in business class to Brazil. But don't worry about it. I want to help you. We're going to get this opportunity. And it's nothing better than desperation, the best motivation. Have you heard about it? We're going to pay this damage. You're going to pay your tickets. And that's going to be opportunity for you to get out of your comfort zone. Because now he's confident. He's selling cars. He's a good selling cars. He's happy. He's going for four-wheel driving, camping. Now he has a debt. Now he got to be stressed.
Mm.
And when you have your business, you know how it is.
Yeah, when you have debt, you have to pay it off. Yeah, I haven't had debt in so long. The last debt I had was when I went to a car dealership at 19 years old and purchased a VESS Commodore
We spoke about it as well.
V8, $918 a month.
Yeah, and the kids don't ask. You
Oh.
remember how much interest you pay?
I don't think about it. I don't go back and look at it, but it was more than it needed to be. Any interest that you pay, unless you absolutely can leverage it to make so much more profit, is too much.
That is a very common thing. Happens so many times. Especially
But but I learned how to be responsible with the money. I learned how to make it happen, do what I can to survive. And looking back at it, the 8 or 6 years of payments could have been very much better invested in index funds. But now that I know that, all right, what does my next decade look like? But back then, I should have just gone to a second-hand car dealership and gone, you know what, $5,000 is enough.
it's perfect. It's affordable car.
Yeah.
Yes, well, that's I guess when you're a business owner, entrepreneur, most of the best lessons is when you lose money, when people betray you.
Do you lose money or is it an expensive lesson?
It's investment. Let's
Yeah.
call it. It's no, you're not losing money. You're investing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting a
Yeah.
lesson. True.
Yeah. And maybe it's not the right time. Maybe it's a moment that wasn't quite right and you go from there. But going back to you started in Ecuador. You were born in Ecuador.
Yes.
What was your hustle like then? How old were you
Well,
when?
I guess
Yeah.
my dad was a doctor,
Mhm.
and we were like a medium class, very comfortable. Then my dad got sick with cancer. Then we lost everything. And if anybody has cancer, cancer is a terrible thing.
Yeah.
And he was the whole provider of the home. My mom was a housewife, and everything changed.
Mm.
So my plan was I go to England and learn English because I couldn't get a good job because now I need to make money because my dad cannot provide, and that was the plan. But that didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you were in England and it didn't work, how did you get that? How did you get back into rhythm to make it work? What did you do?
Well, didn't work because my dad died when I was in England, so the
Okay.
plan didn't work.
Okay.
But thanks to that, I met that girl. Thanks to this girl, I came to Australia. Thanks to Australia, I did my MBA. Thanks to my MBA, I went to Dubai. Thanks to Dubai, I met my wife. Thanks to my wife, I came to Australia. Back
Oh,
again, have my family and my business. So in the end, everything worked out well.
so the girl that you met in England didn't end up being your wife?
No, of course not.
No.
You're 22, 21. That's something we were talking. I play golf with some gentlemen, and we think it's so important in business, you partner.
Mhm.
She was not a good partner. She didn't want to have a business. She didn't want to have a family. She didn't have too many dreams. My wife, she's excellent with money, which I am not. She is a great mom. She sacrificed herself the last 7 years being able to me reaching my dreams.
To handle the kids and make the house a home?
Everything.
Wow.
I go to home, I can concentrate, I don't get phone calls, I don't get anything. I come back home, everything is perfect. It's peace. I recharge, go back the same day, the next day I can do all over again.
Where is she from?
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic, right. You get an Eastern European girl and you're looked after. You look after her first and she'll look after you for life.
True. Thanks to her, I started my business.
Yeah.
She was the savings. Thanks to her, we bought the first home.
Yeah.
Thanks to her, she's being always the solid part. I'm the dreamer, I'm chasing, losing money, chasing, losing money.
She's the grounder.
She's the grounder.
Nice.
She always plays safe.
I love
She
that.
has investments, she has gold, she has diamonds, she has shares, she owns 2 houses.
She's your contingency plan.
That's it. So it's so important to have the right partner. And you have to be lucky because when you're 20 years old, we were talking about this. People should learn about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time. Like I met my wife on Tinder just over 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago in October. And that was 4 months after my 5-year relationship didn't work out. And yeah, it just happened. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to meet the right person anytime soon. I'm 26. Let's see what happens with it. And then there she comes. And now we have a child together. We're married. We're coming up to our 5-year anniversary, which means we made a pretty quick decision on getting married. And yeah, she's the bedrock as well. She takes care of Mila, my daughter, when I'm here doing this and building the company. And when I get home, even if she hasn't really, she's been busy help with the daughter, it's fine. She's 11 weeks old. She needs all the attention right now.
100%.
But she also grounds me too. Like we have some deep conversations and she gets me. That's what you need in a partner. You need to get each other. You need to have a ride or die, but you need someone that can complement you as well, but also challenges you, right?
100%. Especially, I have to sell every time I have a new idea. I'm learning now.
She's your filter.
My filter every time. And she's really good to judge people.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tend to, I start my first business because somebody gave me an opportunity. Somebody helped me. So I always try to pay back. And sometimes you do that to people who doesn't deserve it. Yes, unfortunately, I always think somebody is because if somebody give me opportunity, I will appreciate. People are not like this all the time. But it is what it is. That's business, I guess. It's a part of risk, like what we like.
Yeah. Without risk, there is no business because you just become like everyone else, doing the same thing because it's been tried and tested. But then once everybody else keeps doing the same thing, it
Hmm.
becomes cliche or it doesn't work anymore or it's too diluted. Like there's so many car yards out there. What are you doing differently?
Well, we're doing different. What happened to me is we having the COVID. I got lucky. Somebody dopped on me, so I have to get a real carrier. That was, you see, again, bad thing, happen a good
You were
thing.
selling cars out of your house?
Oh yes, that was amazing. I was selling cars. You see the mud, the bushes in the car park. No pink. Oh, it was a disaster. So I'm still a little bit unorganized, but at that time, and then my neighbor dopped on me, so I have to get a real carrier. And then we COVID came. Everybody like, oh my God, is the worst thing's gonna happen to you? And was the best things happened to the car industry.
Mm,
We got, and then we start with another yard, another yard, another yard. Then we end up getting 6 yards. And then the market now is clashing now.
yep.
So what I'm doing now, I start to sublease the carriers.
Mhm.
And it's been also amazing because we partner with people who start in the business, and the energy they have, the mind, the mentality, is to help each other and
Mhm.
to make it work.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
Even if it's a crashing market?
It's all about people and energy.
Yeah, it is. That's
So
every industry.
so I was surrounding, like 6 months ago. I was surrounding myself with people who used to have business like me, and the normal conversation was like, "Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, it is
Mm,
terrible. Oh, what we should do? I don't know. Well, it's gonna happen better." Now, with the new people, they're doing TikTok.
mm,
We're learning how to do TikTok.
good.
Now they're doing social media, and I remember I have a chat with you. Not too many people using social media. Now we're using social media, and it's giving great results.
Yeah. What sort of results have you been getting since you've implemented it
Ah,
properly?
look, the car industry, like I did my MBA at Murdoch, and people understand what is marketing. We studied that at uni. In the car industry, marketing is a myth. Nobody believes in marketing. Nobody cares about marketing. Normally, it's the receptionist who does marketing. Is the trainee who does the marketing. Is whoever wants to do the marketing. Now, everybody is trying to get back. Now, I start to see big carriers try to get a marketing department.
Yeah.
Now, I have a marketing department.
Amazing. I'm so glad our conversations ended up
Time will tell.
utilizing. That's awesome. And I'm glad, like,
Yes.
there's 4 different ways to market in a business. Number 1 is an exceptional amount of money, an extortionate amount of money to hire an agency. Most agencies fail the clients and fail themselves because they're a jack of all trades, master of none, average at best. The second way to market is to do it all yourself. Do you have time?
Mm-mm.
No. So there's the 2 extreme ends. The 2 things in the middle are to hire external people. But you can't expect the external people to do everything because they're not an agency. They're just specialists for one thing, another thing, and another thing. But do you have time to keep them all organized?
Of course not.
Of course not. So you need to hire internally. And that's what you've done. Internally, you have 2 staff. And what they need to do is become the project managers of that entire social media marketing channel, how that is distributed. When is filming day? When do they come up with ideas? What ideas they can use, and why would those ideas be relevant in today's market? How can those ideas be used perpetually forever? There's a way. And also, how do you make sure that it hits the right audience? Not in a trending way, although you can do that. It's fun. But how do we do it in a way that's valuable forever? And to do that, you need some absolute people who are invested in your business, not just you've invested in them, they've invested back in you. It's hard to do that. So that's
Oh,
why most people try the agency approach, but the agencies are less invested. That is fact. And they give you an account manager. That account manager handles your stuff maybe 1-2 hours a week. That's not enough. You need someone
definitely.
full-time internally. They need to live and breathe it. They need to go, Marcelo, we got this new car in. Let's make content right now about it and put it up. No hesitation. Put it up. Volume, volume, volume. That's why internal works. External, too long. Takes too long.
I think they have to be young.
They have to be young. They have to have energy.
It's,
They have to have the phone
mm,
skills.
mhm.
Exactly. Those older people in those agencies, they hire those young people too. But those young people die inside those agencies because they don't feel creative anymore. They have to do a standard that is outdated.
True.
That's it. That's the truth. And Like,
No, 100%. And the other thing I found out, we're talking with Arthur the other day, is it happened to me. Uh, I tried to get the agency. I tried 8 people were involved. So was the guy who edited, the guy who does the video, the guy who checked the video. So many people involved, and I was paying for everything. It
and
was
what was the end result?
nothing. So then you lose faith. It's like,
What did they give you? Like, in terms of the contract, what was the scope of work?
well, the thing is because you don't know, you tend to trust. So
They didn't tell you?
well, they tell you, we know you have the experience. We need to do this. We need to do that. Look, how are we going to do it? I start to participate in the meetings. I try to help with the meetings, but also they ask you to be patient. So you are patient. So the problem is after 6 months, then things didn't change. And when you speak up, and then people go back to you and say, look, it's your fault.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and then you lose faith. It's like when somebody break your heart, it's hard to trust again
Yeah.
somebody.
So I run workshops, right? I run workshops for business owners to teach them how to avoid this. I don't run workshops for them to hire me after. I don't want to do that. If they want to run a podcast, yes, here's the studio. If they want a couple of videos, okay, we can do that for you. But to go all in for them, I'm not your guy. But how do you hire the right agency and ask them the right questions? You need to simply ask them, how do I know we're moving in the right direction within the first 30 days? What are you measuring for the success of my company to make me understand that my investment is worthwhile? Don't give me the 6-month bullshit. This is what you tell them. And then month 2, how do we see that improvement? If you can see improvement based on those metrics, they're doing a good job. But if you don't get them to set those metrics and you need to be clear and understand those metrics, you're stuffed from the beginning. And I think that's what happened. You can't trust marketers because marketers are technically closet sellers. They're trying to sell it to you too. They're trying to sell you a dream, right? What you need to do, and you've already started doing it, is you need to just put data out and see what comes back. And it's no longer followers or engagement or likes. Those are still somewhat handy, but you need to become as searchable as possible now.
What I found out, and that kind of like was a blessing, is I have this idea, failed, didn't work as I imagined. But social media, you have the results so fast.
Yeah.
So now they works. When I was with Arthur, I said, Arthur, I'm gonna give you, because I lost so much, that's how much I'm gonna give you. A little bit.
Yeah.
So if you don't get the results, don't expect anything.
Yeah.
Because
the problem with that is it may take longer, but if you're willing to spend a little bit for longer, then you will get there eventually. The scam is you need to spend a lot to get there sooner. But no, if you find the right people, they will understand. It's like, okay, how can we optimize this little bit right now to get you what you want? But you also have to understand that a little bit will not get you a lot to begin with. And you have to be happy with that.
But I guess in Mexico, they have a phrase they say, you see the guy who likes to eat on the way he handled the taco. That other company, because they want to show results, like, okay, we're going to invest some money this weekend. Okay, how much? $2,000. I was like, okay, let's do it. Arthur was, you know what? We're going to start with $40 because I've been a business owner. I don't want you to lose too much money. Yeah. So we're going to start with tiny a little bit, see the results.
Is that for ads?
I don't know what he did, to be honest. I don't know. But he said, wait, my year, like $40, not $2,000. I said, I like that.
Okay.
He cares about the money.
So with someone like that, and that's awesome, whatever the success was, you need to understand what it was. Because if Arthur leaves or stops or for whatever reason, that information goes with him and you're starting again.
Yeah. 100%.
That's why you hire internally, and that's why you get these guys to build SOPs, standard operating procedures, so that if they decide to move on or they decide to start training people under them in the department that you have now, a marketing department, the training becomes easier and it snowballs.
You have a staff, and everybody who has a business has a staff. And people leave you, people stay. It's part of the business. Yeah. I've been in business for 7 years now. And what I learned about now is people need to stay with you for choice, no obligation. That's the people you want.
Yes.
And that's
you got to build a culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's it. Everybody can live.
Yeah. But also, if they have the success and they feel the
Mm.
success and they're bought in because there's a greater mission rather than just going, hey, we've made an extra commission on this car sale today thanks to this video. What else is there? So you got to evolve that.
100%. I tend to be the way I work. I like to build up teams
Mm,
because I'm lazy.
mm,
I don't want to do all the work. I don't want to learn new things. Uh, I just want to create teams that we all sharing,
yeah,
so we can keep getting bigger.
yeah,
And when I want to go play golf, I can go play golf, and the business is still running.
yeah.
If I want to be with my family, I can go for holidays, and the business is still running. And I have to share because it's plenty for everybody.
Absolutely. What is the goal for your business over the next 6 to 12 months?
So we're gonna start to open franchises.
Hmm.
I did, but I live in Mandra, and by luck, we found a place to buy. Was really cheap comparing with the rest of the yards.
So you bought the land.
Yes.
Wow.
So we've been renting for a long time, and whoever rent somebody know how much money is rent, and they keep squeeze you 5% more, 5% more, 5%. When you're making money, it's fine, but when you're not making too much money, it's a lot of money.
Mm,
But then we found this opportunity, we bought it, and I have the opportunity to have people who worked with me before, Ricardo and Fernanda. They're amazing,
mm.
and it's effortless. They having their partners now. They running the business. I have no issues at all. They're passionate about what they're doing. They have big dreams. So in the future, I'm gonna open another franchises in different places of the city.
Amazing, amazing. And in terms of the marketing side, how are you going to attract that model to future franchisors?
Well, the idea of franchising, the way I get it is, used cars is not a manual, is not a guide. It's
Mm,
basically people like me. I've been selling cars for 15 years, and by luck or unlucky, you get into the business, and then you learn a lesson, you lose money, you learn a lesson, you lose money, you learn lessons. A franchisee is part of it. We're gonna provide finance, marketing, wholesaling. We're gonna try to help what we learn.
hmm.
Um, Obviously, it's gonna be new challenges.
Yeah,
If you ask me questions, I don't know the answer,
yeah,
but I'm sure we'll find out.
yeah. Let's talk about the car itself because the audience is also going to be curious about buying their first car or
Hmm.
buying a used car that is worth buying. What's the biggest mistake people make when they're buying a used car?
Well, I guess what you just say now, people buy what they want, not what they need.
Mm.
In life, we tend to do this.
How do you sell them what they need and not they want?
Sorry to interrupt one last time. This is actually a sponsored post. If you need to run ads for your service based business and you don't know how, there is one agency I would trust in the entire country and the world, probably. Where You, spelt WHERE and then the letter U. They literally teach you how to run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and create a whole funnel for you to get more business. And I use them myself. They've taught me how to do it, and I get all of the business, which is fantastic. If you want to learn how to run ads properly and dominate your industry and win all of the clients, hit up Where You. Back to the episode.
Well, first, you have to see what they can afford.
Mm.
Mm, the other thing is, I ask them questions like, I should ask, like, how was your last car? What was your favorite car? What do you like about this car?
Hmm.
Some people say, oh, I don't like my car. Why do you don't like your car? So then you start to see the needs. What are you going to use the car for? But answering your question at the moment is very hard. We have all these Chinese cars coming, and we have so many. Yeah, now you have electric cars going everywhere.
Hmm.
Now hybrids are coming. Oh, it's super difficult at the moment. So if you ask me, depends. I mean, for my kid, I will give a big cars in case something happen. For my wife, because she likes to save money, an electric car is fantastic.
Yeah.
For people who are four-wheel driving, is really hard. You don't have a formula. Basically, it's about qualified person.
Yeah. So the biggest mistake they make when buying their first car of the used cars, they don't know what they want.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. So after you diagnose them, how can they do it without you diagnosing them? What do you suggest they look at? What are the three key things?
Well, look, I haven't been selling cars for the last 7 years, so I'm a little bit rusty. But what I used to do is ask questions about what they're going to use the car for.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will ask questions like, what was the last car?
Mm-hmm.
And the most important part, I will try to help them at the best I can.
Okay. So what they use the car for? Is it family? Is it utility? Is it
For
pleasure? For
business.
business? Yeah. And that's a big factor. Yeah, that totally makes sense. And in terms of used cars, and there's also what's that term when they I got this from Carco or Motor Mall. Starts with a C. Trying to remember. Where you're like, you don't lease it, you consignment? Is it consignment?
Consignment, yes.
Yeah, consignment.
Yeah, we do consignment.
What is consignment? Tell people what consignment is.
So we have this company called Sell My Car WA. Well, that's the workshop now. We have a different companies now to provide the service. Consignment, I just have a phone call today from a friend. Husband died. They used to have a Land Cruiser. They used to have a caravan. It's like, they were off. They live in Applecross. Total is going to be $120,000. She doesn't need to sell, but she will sell it because the husband died. So she asked me, do you want to buy it? Being a friend of a friend, you have to look after them. So I say to them, look, it's two options here. If I buy a car from you, I have to buy the car cheap to make money. Simple. But if you don't need the money straight away, do consignment. Consignment, I will sell your car, I will advertise the car, we go for a better price. And if you have patience, you may make another $10,000, which will be for a nice trip, $10,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. So if you're in the rush and you're willing to wait, you can make more money. And for the people who sell in the car like myself, also it's good because you don't take the risk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, we don't have a crystal ball, which car is going to sell, which car is not going to sell, which is going to be faster.
Yeah. What's the, how do you know it's time to move on with the car you have?
With used car is when they start to be too expensive to fix the car, to maintain.
Yeah.
And now with the warranties of the new cars, it's just amazing. 7 years, 7 years, 7 years. I guess again, for the purpose. I mean, if you're going to do a Uber, you need a very reliable car.
Yeah.
If you're going to do just the skits, like my first mistake, for example, my mistake, when my wife got pregnant, I went there, I say, how much can I afford? The guy's like, you can afford $80,000. I went and buy the most expensive car I could for my wife. Then, now when a wife is pregnant and when they have the first kid, she doesn't drive much.
No.
It's just to the library, the mom's group, that's it.
Oh, my wife bloody drives everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she does because, but, okay, so
mine was completely waste. I get so much credit. I was paying so much interest for a car that was not be driven.
A to B. Yeah. What's the, do you have like a sweet spot of the amount someone should probably spend on let's start with a new car.
New car?
Yeah.
I think so. 25 will give you a good car to start.
And not too much interest if you're buying it for the first
It
time.
really depends, to be honest.
Yeah.
For example, like for a used car, I would say at least $10,000. I remember somebody asked me, we did a video about this 6 years ago, and it was 5,000. Now with 5,000, you don't buy anything reliable. It's just too risky.
Yeah.
So 10,000 maybe. I say 15,000 will be a good reliable car. But saying that, you can buy a Chinese car with $20,000, brand new. No, 17,000, brand new, 7 years warranty.
Which one's that? Is that the BYDs?
No, that's the MGs.
MGs.
So cheap. And
what's the catch?
Well, the catch is that in 7 years, the car won't be worth much. When you have a problem, the parts is very hard to get the parts.
And it's such a new brand that we haven't experienced what could go wrong in that certain amount of time.
Well, BYD has a problem at the moment. I don't know if you check the news.
Gone?
They're selling so many cars, but they don't have service departments or parts. So now the federal government is checking them. Plus, they advertise that the kilometers, when you have a range for electric cars, is that much, and it's false. Because by the time you start your air conditioning or you're driving, it's totally less. So they're getting in big troubles.
Wow. So BYD's in a bit of a predicament.
Yeah, I went to Bali and my driver came in by BYD. He was showing off and he was looking so happy, electricity is so cheap. The next day, the windscreen was broken. Something fell from the tree. And I say, well, the next day he came to pick me up. Still no fix. I say it's gonna be 3 months waiting. We're gonna have windscreens.
What?
It will be a. Imagine he is a driver. He needs to be safe, and has to be driving with a windscreen broken for 3 months.
And in Bali.
Yes,
Jeez,
when
so
it's
the
a
parts.
Toyota, you can get it in the next day.
Mate,
Change.
one of my mates just bought a BYD. I might have to send this clip to him going, oh, you're a bit.
Yes, it's a big thing.
Yeah, he bought one of those big utes, the big ones, big boys.
Oh yes, try to tone with that youth. You will. It won't be the same that advertise.
You went ran out of battery quicker.
Yes, 100%. The other thing is the metal. The rust. It's gonna be a big challenge.
Yeah.
Like what happened in Ecuador is the Chinese people came, they killed the industry, and then everybody left. And now it's almost 7 years. Now they start to have a lot of problems with the cars and no
Right.
industry to compete.
Interesting. Okay, so what would your solution be
Hmm.
for purchasing a car reliably? I've always been told, get a Toyota. They always have parts and they're very reliable.
Look, every car needs to be. It's a risk.
I know you sell a lot of different models.
Yes, no,
but
but
tell me the
the
creme de la creme.
well, I drive a Toyota. I like Toyota. It's super reliable car.
Yeah.
And great resale value.
Mhm.
They're quite boring, but I don't mind because I don't like cars. That's another thing. I don't like shiny things. For me, it's just a useful.
Yeah.
So I will go for a Toyota.
Toyota.
My wife likes Mazdas because she likes a lot of the cameras
Mhm.
and easy parking and this kind of stuff. I would love to buy a Tesla or even a BYD. I don't mind
Mhm.
as long as the car drives himself, which is happening now in
Yeah.
Melbourne.
Starting to get there.
It's $10,000 upgrade.
Really?
Hmm.
In Australia?
Yes,
Wow.
if you have a Tesla, you can get upgrade.
Wow. Jeez. Didn't even know that. Subaru for me, I think it's pretty reliable. The functionality, the safety is great. They say Volvo's the safest car to drive though.
Used to be.
Used to be.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Who's taken over?
Well, Subarus are because the all-wheel driving thing is a huge thing.
Yeah.
You spend more money in tires, but it's very reliable. And Toyota owns Subaru, yes? They're very related, the
Yeah.
companies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then Mazda's owned by Ford.
I don't know that thing.
Don't know that. Well, there's also got the Volvo, Audi, and
Chinese companies own Volvos and all this kind of stuff.
really,
Yeah, they bought all of this. That's why they get the designs.
oh
That's why all the new
yeah, because I was in my mate's BYD truck the other day, and the interior was very similar to the others, but that's classic Chinese market. They just knock everything off, make it cheaper, and then it's your problem when the problem comes, and it becomes a big problem.
and they're coming more and more, and you see the next couple of years going to be more. So I would love to have a franchise. That was my dream, but not anymore. It would be too hard to compete.
You mentioned automatic. You mentioned automatic driving. How long until none of us are driving cars anymore and they're just all automated?
Not only that, what about flying? Have you
Yeah.
seen the new cars, the flying car? In the last motor show in Melbourne, I was there 5-6 months ago. They have flying cars already, and they're already working in Shanghai, in Dubai.
Really?
Yeah, in
Wow.
Australia will take longer, but
Well,
Yes.
but what about the automatic driving for now?
I say 2 years.
2 years.
Well, Tesla the one is already in Melbourne.
What about the traditionalists, the petrol heads, the ones that don't want to have automatic driving for them as an option? Do you think they'll be phased out because insurance will just be too high?
Put it away. If everything will be self-drivable, you have eyesight. You know how it works eyesight, yes?
Yes.
Or automotive cruise control.
Mm-hmm.
In all the new cars, you have this automatic cruise control. Basically, the car drives himself,
Mhm.
accelerate, brakes. Eventually, won't be accidents because the car won't be able to hit each other.
Yeah.
And if you're tired, they won't let you drive. Like Teslas, you have to put you have to see the camera. If not, the car will stop.
Wow.
So it will be great.
Yeah.
Boring, but great.
Yeah.
I drive every day to Mandra, so I don't mind boring. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
And my kids, I will love to drive a car that they cannot crash.
I mean, yeah, it's a safer world. But going back to again, like the traditionalists who are the ones that don't like the hybrids or the electrics, they want the mechanics, and then some of them that like the classic cars that don't even have any
would be huge.
electronics.
That would be big insurance.
Yeah,
I
big
guess.
insurance. Yeah, yeah.
Also more, they're talking now because we spend a lot of money in petrol and diesel when you pay a lot of taxes
Mm.
and for the use of the roads. Electric cars don't pay taxes,
Mm.
which is supposed to be the way they try to help people or promote the idea of electric cars.
Yeah.
So they reckon they're going to start to tax. Well, it's so many. That's another thing. The car industry, so many changes. And when things change, everybody has a opinion, but nobody really knows. Nobody has a crystal ball.
Yeah. So how do you keep up with the times?
Well, with, I guess, the bank keep pushing you. So you need to survive. So you need to change. You need
Yeah.
to be active, and you have to see how the trends.
Are you ever worried that the market will shift so drastically that you're going to be a little bit in trouble?
And the car industry has been in trouble for the last 3 years.
All right.
Yeah, but we have a saying. I don't know why in South America, not everything works.
Mm.
So we have a lot of sayings, and one saying is, "Who learns how to eat everything never are hungry."
Yeah.
So it's always a way. It's always opportunity. When it rains, or you sell umbrellas, or you get wet.
Mhm.
It's about how fast you can change that. Now you're gonna see people gonna start to use marketing. People start to use social media.
What's next for you?
Well, for me, next we're gonna do franchises.
Yeah, you already mentioned that.
Yes.
Let's go beyond that.
I want to get into properties.
Okay. Mr. Real Estate.
Well, basically, I want to buy properties, and then when I do franchise and be able to rent the place.
So you're going to be doing commercial and residential?
Just commercial.
Commercial?
Yes.
Yeah. I like the idea of commercial.
Yes.
I
I'm
do.
planning to. Yes, I would like to retire in 10 years.
How old are you now?
I'm 45.
45, retire by 55. And then what are you doing after that?
Then I'm gonna help my kids to have their own companies, their own business. I would like to get involved to help them.
I love that.
I will love the free. I don't want to be they're working for anybody else.
Mm. Do you think that everybody can become an entrepreneur?
I think everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody has 2 eyes, 1 nose, 2 arms. Everybody can do it. Everybody deserves the chance to do it.
400 people working for a company. Surely they can't all start their own business and work for themselves. What happens to those 400 people that need to have that employment for that company to succeed?
I have a therapist once, and I have this discussion, and I say, I worry about my kids. I spoil them too much. I want to be strong. They have to be strong. When my dad died, I have to be strong. And they say, Marcelo, look, you're different. You come from Ecuador. You're an immigrant. You have to survive. Your kids are come from Australia. They're gonna grow in a different way. You cannot force them to have their own business. You cannot force anybody. But what you would like is to give them the option. If they want to have a company, they will have your support.
Yeah.
If they don't want, maybe they just want to be librarians, philosophers or something like that. I enjoy. My kid wants to have a museum. But if they want to have at least the option, because the problem, a lot of people are stuck in works and they don't have options. They don't have opportunities.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Nice. What's been your highlight of running a business?
I took my mom to Europe and I took her to the Great Wall. I went to China with all my family. I guess was the memories I'd be able to build for my family.
Yeah. And what's been the lowest point?
Betrayal. People stole from me, and that was very hard.
How did you bounce back from that?
No, well, it's hard, isn't it? For me, it's how you bounce back. I guess just time will heal, isn't it? That's it. There's no more option.
When you say time will heal, what do you do whilst that time is healing?
You change. People change you, and you try to be more alert. You start to be less than a dreamer. You start to focus more.
Yeah. Yeah. So self-reflection and a bit of self-awareness.
Yes, that's it. Until you forget about it, what they did, and then you trust again, and then the cycle keep coming back.
Yeah. For Russians, we forgive, but we don't forget. Same in the Ecuadorians?
I was talking to my general manager, Rob, today, and he was telling, do you remember that happened before? I say, I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse, but I tend to forget a lot. Very easy, like a goldfish.
Yeah.
So I just forget about it. And then try again.
What about the people that hold a grudge? They can't forgive or forget. What do you say to those people?
Well, look, put it away. I lost a really good friend. It used to hurt me a lot. I used to think about it. But then I just remember the good moments. And so it doesn't hurt anymore. But You have to let it go, isn't it? It's time.
Absolutely.
Plus, I'm so busy with my own dreams and with my kids' dreams, and with plans and problems and solving and the new adventure, that you need time to be waste. You need time to waste time, I guess.
Yes, you need time to waste time. I don't have time to waste right now.
Mm.
Personal question. How do you build a company whilst raising children?
We go back to find the right partner. If you don't have the right partner, I think so. It's hard. I don't know how single parents can do it. It's hard, the childcare is so expensive. We bought a childcare. It's next to the car yard. So we don't know what we're going to do. Maybe we're going to build a building in the future. So we bought it. So it's a great business, childcares, but it's so expensive. So my wife, she didn't stop to work because we have a lot of money. She stopped to work because there was no point. The childcare was too expensive. And
Yeah.
with 2 kids,
Yeah.
was the same money that she went to work as a receptionist, or she stayed at home.
I love that because a lot of people I see on the internet, they comment about that and they say, well, I need some time for myself. It's like, okay, cool. You can swap out with your partner for a day or so, but kids are everything, in my belief anyway. In Russia, the mum stays at home. She takes care. And then the father goes and hunts and collects the bread, wins the bread. But here it's like such a divide. It's a topic that's not really for today's episode, but like I'm so glad to hear like that your wife, your partner is coming in clutch. What about business partners?
Business partners. I haven't had too many business partners. Now I have 3. I've been blessed. It's super important to have the same values, and super important to have trust. It's easy to trust when things go well. Is when things go well, bad, or it's difficult, then you really see your partners.
Yeah.
And so I guess everything has to be really clear on paper, super clear in paper. Again, until everything has to be real expectations. We need to speak about what's going to happen when things go bad. Now, every time we need to do something to be careful. If something goes bad, we don't lose the friendship. We don't lose it's not just the money, it's also about the friendship. Because my mistake before, I used to be too optimistic. It's going to be okay, yeah. And when things didn't go well, we were not prepared. We never discussed about it.
Assumptions are the killer of any relationship. You can't assume. You have to really put it on the table. You have to correspond. You have to write it all down, and you have to keep each other accountable, saying, hey, we mentioned this and we spoke about this. Now this is happening. Remember that conversation we had here? And if that doesn't exist, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And I've had that happen so many times over the last few years. And I was like, documentation, correspondence,
Yes,
on paper, in an email, on a text message, worst case scenario, and just clarification. Because if you don't do that, you might be in the wrong. Like I've been in the wrong so many times, but because of documentation, I'll be like, oh, fair enough. I'm sorry, my bad. Let's go back. Or how can I fix this? Or how do we work through this? But what's frustrating is when they don't realize that they are wrong and there's clear evidence that the mistake was there. And it's not about finger pointing. It's about working together to resolve it, but also, hey, this could have been avoided if we looked back at this and agreed,
100%. That's what is important for the franchise. Is the whole idea is to give the support from the start, and basically give the support when things go bad, because you learn a lot when things go wrong. That's where you have a lot of lessons, and that costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if you can avoid to lose money in that basic things, that is a great start.
Yeah.
And support, surround yourself with something helping a lot is also surround a lot with people similar minds. Like now with this subleasing, is everybody like new in the industry. They have the energy, they're willing to find a solution, they're willing to support each other. Is a great support.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got one segment I like to do with my guests. We choose a specific topic and then we do like a little bit like a speed run at it. Okay. So this this app. It's called Poddex. It's for podcasts. And I want you to choose a topic. So scroll down. Don't click on it, but just let me know which one it is. And whilst you choose, I'm just going to do an ad read. Shout outs to Where You, who is our sponsor for the podcast. Where You is the best in the country when it comes to learning how to run meta ads for your business. They crush it. Brandon, who you probably all have seen on Instagram and Facebook ads, he walks the walk, not just talks it. And his clients, all his students crush it. And the way that he does it all across 2 days and has your ads running and getting leads by the time before you finish the lesson, before you finish the session is incredible. So Where You, WHERE space U, the letter U, highly recommend. And then also Bright Star Studios, where this has been recorded. That's not an ad because I'm one of the co-founders. So if you want to use this space and you like this setup, hit us up. We'd love to have you. Which topic did you choose?
That's my dad.
That's my dad. Why should we only celebrate our dads on Father's Day? What a great moment, because Father's Day, I'm about to have my first Father's Day ever
Oh, congratulations.
on Sunday.
And hopefully it's very low expectations because it's not a big thing.
You know what? I'm taking her for her first swimming lesson on that day. What a great day to do that.
So you're giving yourself a present.
Absolutely.
That's about all the Father's Day.
All right. Let's have a look. What's the most valuable life lesson your father taught you?
Everything has a solution.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Did your dad ever take you hunting or fishing?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
He's a doctor.
He was a doctor.
Yeah, he was hunting more patients to help. What's the secret to raising good kids?
Oh, giving the best example you can.
Yeah. Example.
Mm-hmm.
Example. Is your dad open about his emotions? I know he's passed.
Yeah. No, he was.
Yeah?
Very much,
Yeah.
yes.
And how is that important to you now that you have children and showing your emotions?
Well, I guess keep you real, like make you a human. He was a doctor, but he loved to help people.
Mm.
And also like he was always protecting us, and he never put himself as a perfect.
Yeah.
And he always gave us space, like, look, do mistakes. We travel. I moved to Brazil when I was 5 years.
Yeah.
And we start from zero. And he said, don't worry about this. Your home is where we are. And that was the best lesson ever. Another one.
Do you have anything special that your dad gave you?
I have some ties that he used to wear, and sometimes I wear it in special days.
Yeah. Nice. Did your dad yell at you a lot when you were a kid?
And no, but when he has to.
Yeah.
Enough. People need to, I think so kids need to be yelled.
What makes your kids what do your kids do that makes you laugh?
Well, kids, I don't know. It's just different, I have 2 kids, and each kid is different. It's nothing in particular. Just look, it's hard for me to say. I think so. The truth is maybe I don't spend too much time with them. I see them in the morning, I see them in the afternoon. It's just fun. It's just to play around. So maybe you ask my wife, she will don't spend all the time with them. She will know more about them. I think so that's the price when you have your business.
It's a sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice.
Success does not exist without sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
And your kids will appreciate it as long as you're living your best life, right? Final question. Can dad bods be sexy?
Can?
Dad bods be sexy?
Oh, well, I guess everything is about, how you say, beauty is behind the eye.
Beauty is the eye of the beholder.
Yes, I think so. Yes, has to be. I have another. My friends say, "Look, Marcelo, don't worry about it. About focus on your business. Your wife is not born yet. Have you heard about it?"
One of my friends always used to say, "Sev, beauty is only a light switch away. Turn it off, everyone's pretty."
Well, it's just different, isn't it? You learn a lot of new things. Again, when you're young, it's all about physics, aspects. My wife, I fall in love because she has blue eyes.
Yeah.
And Ecuadorians, we all have brown eyes and black hair.
Yeah.
So that's it. I wish I focused more in her dreams. I wish I was lucky, to be honest. I was not lucky the first time because you should ask this kind of important question, what is your dreams? What is going to be your best life? You want to have a family. You want to have your business.
Still plenty of time for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, still plenty of time. All right. Thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you for
Thanks
inviting.
for the chats.
Thank you, invite.
Guys, Marcelo, how do we reach out to purchase a car from you or get in touch?
We are in Vic Park. We are in Mandra. We can search us on the website, 3MT True Value Auto.
Nice, nice. And Workshop City, tell us about that.
Workshop City, we start for 2 years. Also, we are in Westpool. Also, we have a Sell My Car, also in Westpool and Victoria Park. Also, we import dash cameras and Apple Place with a company called Automotive Tech Solutions. And we also we're starting a partnership with the K Finance. And look, it's more business to come.
Nice. Love that.
Hmm.
So many aspects. But if you found value on this episode, leave a comment. Would love to know what you think, whether it's on Spotify or on YouTube. If you're listening in the Apple Music, then yeah, on there too. And yeah, would love to hear from you. As always, leave a review, 5 stars or feedback. If it's not 5 stars, I love the feedback so I can improve and then get you 5 stars in the next episode. And if you got this far, message me, DM me on Instagram, The Sevo Show or Sev's Picks, and comment the word 3MT. Yeah, to not get any prize. I just wanted to see if you paid attention this long for feedback. Love your work as always. Good thanks.
Thank you, sir.